pimping, you know?
Yeah, and then Young Gravy comes in. I'm gonna see your mama and see the mom.
Do you know their
The
creator?
Muffin Man.
No, the creator Jay on TikTok. They're the coxswain on a men's rowing team, but they're not a man themselves.
No.
They've been going like one of their female friends asked them if men really say like the things that you like locker room talk, and they're like,
Yeah.
I've never experienced that, but here are some of the things I have heard the guys on my team say in the locker room. And the video I saw today, one of them was Young Gravy says everyone calls him Big Pimpin', but I just referred to him as Young Gravy. It's like, but that can't be right because I just referred to him as Young Gravy.
Oh,
It's just like the most like out there wild things taken out of context and written down.
I have been sorry, it's a little bit different than what you were talking about entirely. It's actually very different. I have
totally
been
new topic of conversation.
No, kind of. Okay, you talked about a guy in social media, so now I'm talking about social media. I have been
A person.
so sorry. Yes, I apologize. A person on social media. I have been so like over social media, and not just like for the normal reasons. Like, yeah, it's political season, and that's getting tiring. But like, not only that, but it just doesn't feel good to sit there and scroll anymore. Like, yeah, I find a funny video occasionally on TikTok. Yeah, I get to keep up with what people are doing with Facebook. But but I I just don't want social media anymore. But the problem is I don't know what to do with my time because I don't I don't always have time to just sit there and read a book. Like sometimes I just need 2 minutes, and I literally mean 2 minutes to scroll, watch 2 videos, and then be done. You know, sometimes it's commercial break. I'm not going to pop out a book during a commercial break, read a sentence, and then put the book down when the show comes back on. That makes sense. Like
you got to do what I do and just have multiple forms of stimulus happening at once.
I try that, but then I miss things in some like I'm watching this show where you don't like have to pay attention, but a lot of it is dialogue, and if you're not paying attention to the dialogue, you miss a lot of stuff.
That's very true. Do you know what show has a lot of dialogue in it that you need to like really pay attention to?
Shogun.
Welcome to the Garlic Boys podcast, where we treat friendship like a good recipe treats garlic. You can never have too much of it. We're your hosts. I'm Connor O'Connor.
And I just took a big gulp of water. No, not water. Whatever this is.
It's the same intro we've done for 93 episodes now.
Yes.
You know exactly how long it takes for me to say it.
Yes.
And you still mistimed it that hard.
I overestimated the speed at which I take a gulp of this liquid. I may have overestimated.
Who are you?
Your mom got him. I'm the sushi king. You remember a couple weeks ago I talked about that sushi show?
Yes.
I should be the winner of that sushi show. For how I mass produce sushi today.
Okay.
Yeah. It was so Tracy, I've told you about Tracy, the new family friend that has come in. This will be my topic. This is my topic anyway.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
We brought Tracy in to the family, and we've talked about this before. She's got 3 kids, all that jazz. Her kids are great, and they've really like they started calling us uncle and aunt and my parents' grandparents. Even though we're not related at all, it's like one of those really
yeah
things.
Right. Right.
And so Wyatt, the oldest son, wanted sushi for his, like we asked him what he wanted for lunch, because we always celebrate birthdays on Sunday lunch, depending on if there's birthdays, but regardless, we always meet for Sunday lunch, and then we celebrate birthdays on specific Sunday lunches. So he said he wanted sushi. I was like, I can make sushi. You know how much work it is to make like 50 rolls of the same sushi over and over and over again? It sucks.
You're asking me if I know how much work it is to make the same type of food over and over again?
I mean, well, specifically sushi. You know how hard sushi is to make? Doesn't matter. Did you ever do the
Not that hard, man.
Did you do the sushi making class thing at Waynesburg?
Yeah, almost every single time they had it. It's not that hard.
It was fun. No, it's not hard, but it does get monotonous, I guess. Boring. It also,
for sure.
You know, all that jazz. I got some salmon from Costco, and there's this guy on TikTok that taught me how to make it sushi grade, to make it edible raw.
Okay.
You basically just have to cure it in salt and sugar, and then it's good. You wash off the salt and sugar, and it's good to eat. You have to do it for 45 minutes in case you're at home wanting to learn how to make sushi grade. I recommend getting the farm raised. I think it doesn't really matter. Just look at the guy on TikTok. You'll find him.
Gonna give any sort of shout out to who he is?
And all right, cut this part out. I'm gonna find him. I saved his video, so it's right on top. You big
I'm not cutting this out,
baby. You better cut it out.
I'm not a big baby. I'm just trying to so people can find him. You're the one that wanted to give him a shout out. I'm definitely not cutting this out.
Do you want to know what his name is on TikTok?
What?
The sushi guy. Just literally what I've been calling him. So the sushi guy on TikTok, he does a lot of, and I confirmed it was he, him, his. So I got that one right. He does a lot of stuff on like how to prepare in case you can't get sushi grade fish at your local Asian market, because I don't have one. I drive all the way to Pittsburgh, and even they don't have sushi grade. They're not allowed to sell it. It doesn't matter. So I made a bunch of salmon sushi rolls today that looked a lot like this. It had avocado and cucumber in it. And then I made my own little sriracha mayo because he wanted spicy. And man, it was awesome. I had my sushi bazooka. I don't know if I've told you about my sushi bazooka. So it's a two-sided thing, and you pack it with rice, and then you put the fillings in between, and then you smash the layers together. Okay.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And then you lock it, and you push the little push thing at the back, and it
poops out the sushi.
Well, it compacts it, and then you take the cap off. It poops out the sushi onto the nori sheet, and then voila, you have a perfectly made sushi roll right there. You don't have to do any of that mat rolling kind of thing. You just, boom, roll up the nori, and voila.
So the hardest part about making the sushi, you don't even have to do, and you're still complaining about how much sushi you had to make today.
Yes. Dude, I made a lot. I think we made probably I don't want to miscount, probably 10 rolls of the salmon sushi. Then we did a couple rolls of tuna, and it was literally just canned tuna. They were all right. A little bit of the canned tuna rolls, and then we also did California rolls, but my sister did those, and my other sister helped me with making the rolls that I was making. It was a lot, all right? It was a lot.
Help.
It was a lot of sushi to make in such a little amount of time. We had an hour to make all that sushi. And then I had a bunch of salmon left over, so I just froze it and am eating it. But anyway, he was stoked. He said it was the best sushi he ever had his entire life. I think he was lying, because it wasn't the best sushi I ever had in my entire life. But he's also 12.
Yeah, you probably have more life experience than him.
It's true. It's true. It was a lot of fun. I did my first like experimentation with presentation on sushi.
Yeah. What was that?
Like I cut the salmon really thin and then laid it out on top and drizzled on some of the sauces. We didn't have any sesame seeds like in the picture here, but they were there in spirit. How's Kennywood?
Well, in the interest of mocking you and making fun of you, I made 10 pounds of ground beef yesterday morning for a graduation party just to help out and celebrate the graduates. So, yeah, cooking for a lot of people is difficult.
Okay, hold on. Ground beef is one of the easiest things to cook ever.
Sure, if you understand seasoning and how to do it right, like I do. But for someone like you who can't even put rice into a bazooka, apparently.
Okay. All right. You made one roll at the freaking Waynesburg thing. I made like 20. All right. On my level. I deserve to be on that sushi show. Anyway, ground beef, Kennywood.
Sorry, fully lost the train of thought.
Just fully distracted tonight.
Kennywood, great time. Okay.
Good.
I have not been since my high school's Kennywood day in 2016. And as I've always been a bigger guy, I've never been this big at Kennywood.
Yeah.
And so like it was a new experience and a lot of things there. First thing we did was go on the bumper cars, which are now themed around Potato Patch. I don't know if you've been there since then.
Yeah, I just went a couple weeks ago, I think, a month ago or two.
Get in, put down the lap bar. Lap bar does not secure or click or do anything in any sort of way. And I'm kind of just holding it there in front of me the entire time. I went with Autumn and our friends Joel and Persephone, and then we met some other people there later for the drone show. But Autumn and I got there first. That's why we went over the bumper cars, and then we met up with our other friends. We went over to Cosmic Chaos. I've never ridden this ride.
Me either.
I hate it. It's
Is
the
that
worst.
the spinny one?
It's the one shaped like the UFO.
Volcano?
No, that's a like a Cosmic Adventure, but like it's right next to the Cosmic Chaos.
Yeah, I know which one. The one that's like it goes on a U and it spins while it does it.
Yeah, horrible, absolutely terrifying. And the worst part about it for me was that I'm sitting there basically like in a chair, face like if you turn the chair backwards and you sit on it, and I'm holding a handlebar in front of me.
Yeah,
like, there's no way this is secure. And they're like, oh, there's a back support that comes up. And they're clicking everyone's up, and there's like 5 to 6 clicks for everyone. It clicks mine up, and I hear click. I go, excuse me, it's not secure. He goes, suck in a little, and I go, and he goes, click. And I was like, that's only 2 clicks. There's no way I'm not dying. There's only 2 clicks. And then my buddy Joel's right next to me, and he's so skinny.
Yeah.
And it goes, and I was like, okay, this is just ridiculous. Like there's no way I'm surviving this. So that was horrible. And then the ride itself is absolutely horrible and terrifying for me personally. If you like it or if you haven't tried it yet, go do it. But it's because at some point you're spinning around as you're going up and down on the U, and at some point I'm backwards, and then we're falling backwards. And I was like, I don't like this feeling. I don't feel secure in this thing, first of all, and now I'm just falling into the open air.
Mm-hmm.
And so it drove my like it was fun for a little while, and then I distinctly remember as we're doing it and going, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to be done. I yelled that, and I was like, this is no longer fun for me. I went off. And there's nothing they could do because they have to like complete the cycle.
Yeah.
And I'm yelling to people that also have no control over it.
That must have been real fun.
Oh, it was fantastic. But then we went from there over to the whip. For the listeners, like goes around in like a NASCAR style thing. that speeds up around the edges of the oval and like
Why
whips
would
you
you
around.
Why would you do 2 nauseating rides back to back?
Hey, I'm not done. I think we did 2, maybe only 1 non-nauseating ride the whole day.
You're a psychopath. You're all psychopaths. Why?
We honestly didn't get to do as much as I wanted to, but
Yeah.
I'll get to that. I'm explaining the whole day to you. Ready?
Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
So we get on the whip. We're going through it, and Autumn and I are going through it, and it's like she's like, this seemed like faster, and like we were getting flung a little differently than usual. And as we're getting off, like we're walking over, and Joel goes, "You guys were popping wheelies on that thing." Like, cool. Another instance where my weight was making this a wholly different experience than every other time. Got it. And then at that point, we wanted to ride the turtles. So we headed over there, but there's a 40-minute wait for them. And so we were like, okay, why don't we get potato patch fries and hopefully the line will go down. Unfortunately, the line for the turtles never got to like a reasonable level.
Yeah.
And so we never were able to ride it. But that was another one that goes in a circle and is nauseating.
It's so that to me is like the Exterminator. Their line for that is always, unless it's an insanely slow day, always at least an hour long, usually 2 to 3. It's not worth it. It's one of the worst rides I've ever been on in my life, and
The
it's only
Exterminator or the
gotten worse.
turtles?
The Exterminator.
Okay.
What I'm saying
I was
is,
going to defend the turtles. Exterminator, trash ride.
what I'm saying is waiting in line for something that's not worth it. Like,
Right.
I don't understand how the line is so dang long. 40 minutes? I mean, the turtles I kind of understand, not really, because it spins.
The turtles,
But-
I think, is more of like, oh, we can fit like 6 people in each one, but like,
Yeah.
I'm not going in there in a group of 6, so I don't want to sit with strangers in this ride.
Right.
But the Exterminator was 120 minutes. Like none of us
No.
wanted to go on it anyways, but we were like, why would you wait that long?
It's a waste of time.
You're waiting 2 hours for a ride that's 2 minutes.
And it's a dumb ride. It's not
Right.
even that enjoyable. You're
It's
in the dark for 90% of it.
It's an indoor roller coaster that's in the dark and is terrifying. And my neck always hurts afterwards.
Yeah. No, your hips hurt because the seats aren't very comfortable.
Right.
You're always up next to someone and hitting the edge because it jerks you hard.
I don't know. Maybe I should try this ride again.
Might as well.
Maybe I should have gone on that ride.
Might as well nix your topic and start talking about my G spot.
It sounds like a good ride to me now that you talk about it a little bit more.
Oh, it's rough. It is a rough ride.
Man. Well, if you like to get jerked around in the dark.
The saddest thing for me is that they took out the gold mine. I loved that one.
Was that the old mill one? No, the gold mine is where Ghostwood Manor is, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. They replaced it with the horror laser shooting, which honestly, super fun. I love that one.
Yeah, after we got the potato patch fries, we went over and did Ghostwood because the turtle was still at 40 minutes.
I got like 900 and something points on that, and the lady was like, "How? That's like the highest score we've had all day." I was like, "You know what? I'll take it."
If you've looked at my story at all today,
No,
you would have seen that Joel. I reposted from Joel's story. He won with 630.
nice.
I think. No, what did he have? He had 1060. His girlfriend got 630. Autumn got 650, and I got 640.
Nice.
And this was the bit at the beginning of the end of the day for me, because the ride broke down at a certain point and it caused like a huge wait while we were still like stuck in the middle of the line. And so then it took for a while to get up into the video room. And then we get out of the video room and we're kind of standing there before we can go up the stairs. And I just like it hit like the potato patch fries hit me hard. The cheese, the
Yeah.
bacon, everything. I was like, I gotta poop. I have to go. And as soon as I was like about to say that, Joel was like, "There's a good chance that I'm gonna have to poop after this." So we go through the ride, then we both go to the bathroom for 20 minutes.
20 minutes? That's quick for you, bud.
Yeah, I know. I'm proud of myself. So we get out and then we at this point it's like 8 o'clock. We got there kind of later in the day because of the grad party we were at earlier. So we're like, okay, why don't we just go on a Thunderbolt? Because that was a ride that some of us really wanted to ride. But then we were meeting some of the people for the drone show that they were doing last night.
Yeah.
So we had to get through it. So we get on the Thunderbolt. We're going through. We get up to it. We get into the cart. And this is the funniest thing that happened all day. Autumn and I get in. We get the seatbelt buckled. And it's just like, it was a stretch to get it there.
Yeah.
To get it around me. And the guy comes down. He's trying to get the bar down in front of us. And he's like, look, you either get this bar down or you can't ride this. And like, you can't be by yourself. So if I couldn't ride it, Autumn probably couldn't ride it, or she would have to ride it with a stranger.
Right.
So what I do is like, kind of get up like this.
Yeah.
Like leaned back, like but still standing fully in the seat.
Yeah.
Picked up my stomach, slammed it down on the bar until it clicked. Like I just dropped it and it clicked. And like I'm sitting there like this, like I'm not in a good position. Most chilled out dude on this ride. And the guy goes, "All right, you're in." At first, I was like, "All right, we're just allowing this."
That's insane.
I verbally went, "Heck yeah, brother, let's do it!" And I make eye contact with another guy, and he just looks at me and goes, like just a silent acknowledgement. I was like, "Hey, man, it works. Like, sometimes you got to do what you got to do."
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
And she might be mad at me for sharing this, but it was just so funny to me how much Autumn hated the Thunderbolt.
Really? Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Like it wasn't like in like I don't want to ever ride it again, but she was like, "Oh no, it's happening again! It's happening again!" Like like just the whole time. It made me laugh the entire time, especially because I did this bit because like you get out the station and like 5 seconds later you immediately drop on this road.
Yeah.
And I go, "Do you ever feel like you're going straight forward in your life and you're like, nothing can ever go wrong? I'm never just gonna fall straight up."
Well, I think that's the one that like it does the drop immediately and then it goes up to like that up the hill curve around kind of thing and then it drops again and it's all crazy. Usually it's you start off the ride, you go straight up. Like you just go up the hill, the first hill is right immediately, but that one has a little fun before the first like slow part.
The Jackrabbit is the one that has like the double.
Yeah.
Like you down wow, and like you start to feel yourself lift out of it, which I believe is negative G-force.
I almost lost my phone on the Jackrabbit. I didn't have a good pocket, and so I tried to put it under my leg, but I was lifting up out of the seat.
That's the problem, yeah.
And my phone, I'm like, oh, my phone.
I kept my phone in her purse every time we went on a ride.
That's smart.
The biggest thing for me was my hat. I was like, I cannot lose this hat. What we get off there, and I was like, man, I said to Joel, I was like, man, I can't believe I fit. And he goes, yeah, Persephone didn't think you were. And she had gone down the ramp first, and I go up to her and I was like, I can't believe you fat shamed me. And she goes, what are you talking about? And I was like, Joel told me you didn't think I was gonna fit. And she goes, that's not what I said. But from there we then went and we found the Golden Nugget ice cream stand, which is one of my favorite like traditions that I have with going to Kennywood. But my allergy to peanuts has progressed since the last time I went there.
A little bit.
And so we get up to the front of the line and Autumn's ordering, and she's very protective of me. Like she cares a lot and will like make sure I have my EpiPen or like nothing has nuts in it. I did not bring my EpiPen into the park, which she wasn't happy with me for.
Yeah.
So we're ordering the ice cream, and I go, "Hey, by the way, I am highly allergic to peanuts. Is there some way you could do it without like in a safer environment? Because I know some places like are equipped to do that or like ready for that so that they can still serve customers."
At McDonald's, we had to completely sanitize our work area in order
Right.
to accommodate like peanut or allergies in general. Yeah.
When we worked at Sheets, they had a fully separate blender bucket for all the orders that had peanut butters for the drinks. And if I was on the drink station, I had to have somebody else come over and make the drink.
Yeah,
And everyone was always mad at me.
Yeah.
But I say that to the employee, and she just goes, "Oh, like just stand still for 10 seconds."
Have you never met somebody who has a peanut allergy?
Just wait. She turns around and says it to the girl who's like doing the dipping and like coating and everything.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, and they're both just standing there. They're both just standing there. And the manager's in the back, and she's the one cutting like the ice cream to put it into the cones. And she sees them like standing there, and she goes, "Hey, what's up?" And the register girl goes, "He's highly allergic to peanuts."
And then the manager goes, "Oh,
Literally, she goes, "Oh, okay. I'm gonna go make them in the back then."
Oh my goodness.
This ice cream is not something hard to make because they pre-cut the ice cream out of the tubs, put it in the cone, and then they put that in the fridge or the freezer. They then take it out, dip it in the chocolate, dip it in whatever coating you want on there, whether it be nuts or sprinkles, all of that. Stick a cherry in it, hand it to you. All in all, it takes maybe 2 to 3 minutes to get. About 10 minutes later, after the manager went into the back, she comes out with just 2 plain ice creams with sprinkles on them. And she goes, "There wasn't any chocolate left that didn't have nuts in it, so I just put the sprinkles on. Is this okay?"
Oh, at least she tried.
And I went, "Yes, that's great. Thank you so much."
I went when we were there. I went so earlier in the day. My sister, for some reason, I don't remember why, promised me ice cream. All right, and I really don't remember why. It doesn't matter to the story, but she promised me ice cream, and I got separated from her and her husband and kids earlier in the day, and I was with my mom. I was like, man, I really want ice cream. So, because we had already got our potato patch fries, we had already eaten food, and I was like, this ice cream's calling my name. And so we looked, and it's the one right across, like near the potato patch area, right across from Noah's Ark.
The Millies?
Maybe.
Like
They had a lot of
shop?
different flavors.
Like a pink shop?
Yeah, I think so. And like they had like the one I got, probably some coffee flavor was amazingly good. I had just finished the ice cream, and my sister comes walking up, and she's like, "Hey, we got you some ice cream." I'm like, "Yes, score! I got 2 ice cream cones in one day."
I've got a bone to pick with Millie's ice cream.
Oh boy,
because it's wildly expensive.
it is. Yeah.
There was an opportunity where they had a food truck that came to an event I was working at, and it was a discounted price, so it was like $5 for a scoop for like the event we were working. But for typically, it was like $7 or $9 for a scoop of this ice cream, and like it was good ice cream, but for one scoop,
Yeah, I know.
in a bowl,
that's like a $4 maybe.
yeah,
$4.
And it was just crazy to me. I didn't have to spend anything because my boss covered it for me.
I think
he's rad like that sometimes.
If I'm being 100% honest, I think I convinced my mom to buy my ice cream cone. So I didn't buy either ice cream cones. It was the best day of my life.
But after we got our ice cream, we ran into some people like Joel and I went to high school together. We ran into some people that Joel knew, and they went to high school with us. I did not recognize either of them at first. But one of the guys leans in. Shout out to him too, because ready for this. He leans in and he goes, "What's up, man? Nice to see you. Hey, love the podcast."
Okay. All right.
And I was like, "Thanks, man. Good to see you too." I turn over to Autumn and she's giving me that look of like, "Oh, who's that?" And I go, "I have no clue who these people are."
I'm so terrified on that vein. I'm so terrified to go to a school reunion, a high school reunion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to recognize anybody. Like I'm almost positive I'm going to walk in and be like, "Who are you people?"
In fairness, these guys were a few years younger than me. And it was one of those things where I was like, okay, I know you because of someone else. We never really had like a strong direct relationship.
Yeah.
He was the little brother of one of my really good friends in high school. Shout out to Stefan. Thank you for listening. But it wasn't one of those things that was like, oh, he and I were hanging out every day, and then I see him now and it's like, I have no clue who you are.
Yeah. No, I hear that.
So we go from there over to meet up with our friends that were there. We're all there for the drone show. And we've been hearing announcements all day for this drone show. It's like, come witness history with Kennywood's first ever drone show. And I've been there before when they did their laser light show. It was like a sick performance. Like it was credible. There was like set to music and all this other stuff. And like all the other lights in the park are shut down for like where the area is over the lagoon. And it was really cool.
Sorry, they were bothering my eye.
And then the drone show starts. We just see a bunch of red lights come over the horizon. And like literally like a Terminator movie, just like a bunch of red lights turning on. Like, I was like, this is terrifying. And then the show starts, and it starts like forming different shapes, and it's really cool. They do the Kennywood logo, the Pittsburgh skyline, one of the bridges, a cloud pooping out a rainbow, Kenny Kangaroo, and then the Good Night Heart, and like maybe a few other shapes. Noah's Ark at one point. And of course, my friends and I are like making jokes about it the whole time and all of that stuff. But did you see on my Snapchat story the pictures?
I have not looked at a Snapchat story since at least 2012.
Don't worry about it. You ready for this?
Sure.
You're familiar with the character of Kenny Kangaroo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
He looks terrifying in drone form.
He does? Yeah, that's weird.
Because what is supposed to be his nose just looks like an open mouth.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought.
My buddy Caleb leaned over to us and he went, "Is that a Five Nights at Freddy's character?" But honestly, then this was the heart.
Wow.
Yeah, like it was a pretty cool show. The biggest problem I had with it though is that there wasn't any music to it.
Oh, so it was just like faint buzzing noises?
Well, it was just like the music that was playing over the lagoon, and like you could hear the announcer for the Kangaroo going, "All right, guys, we're gonna be starting the ride here," and like we could hear the carousel playing in the background. It's like this is supposed to be like a historic event, and there's no fanfare for this at all.
I should have at least been like Kennywood has like site wide, like the entire park hooked up to loudspeakers. Like he could have at least had somebody next to a microphone like playing some music or something.
It wouldn't have been hard to just like set some sort of like ambiance.
Just like play just Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal, just that entire thing over the drone show.
And so that it does the Good Night Heart, and then all of them immediately turn red again, and then fly back over and like land.
That's not terrifying.
Oh, especially if you don't realize that the show's ending, because then it just everything turns red, the color of evil, And you're like, cool, Skynet's online. Let's just die now.
Yeah, it's like full on iRobot.
Yeah. And then we went over onto the carousel, and then by the time that happened, it was time for us to leave. So that was my day at
Speaking of
Kennywood.
red.
How many pairs of sunglasses are you gonna wear?
Hold on. You know what? Hold on. Wait for it. I'm gonna pull a U at the pool.
Can you see in 3D now?
I can see in XD. Look at that. No blue lights getting through these bad boys.
Well, can you see can you see through walls now?
Oh yeah.
How many fingers am I holding up?
17.
No, idiot. It was 4.
Oh, hold on. All right. Much better.
Did you say you had a garlic spotlight for today?
I do have a G-spot today.
I refuse to call it that.
I know
just
you do.
as a reminder.
My G-spot for today is in fact, it is my Roman crap.
Roman Empire?
Yeah, that's that. I literally have been saying that in my head all day long. It's this G-spot is quite literally my Roman Empire. Because I've been watching a show about Rome. The show is called, you know what? I should have done a little bit more. Those About to Die. That's the name of the show. Those About to Die. It is about the Roman Empire, the era in which the Colosseum was being built. Incredible show. I would caution any babies out there, do not watch this show. It is not for children. It is very, very
how cool you are for listening.
It's very much
cool,
not
baby.
It is full of swords crossing, both metaphorically and physically, if you catch my drift.
Oh my.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of how they were back then, you know?
Right. They stole a lot of things from the Greeks, and that was one of them.
Yeah. But incredible show. It is mainly about this guy who is kind of a criminal, I guess. He's lower on the class order in Rome, and he is trying to work his way up, and he is very ambitious and very charismatic, and is working his way up. He eventually gets enough money through his betting. He runs like a betting tavern where they can come in and bet all their money and everything. He rigs some of the races, stuff like that. He ends up making his own racing faction in the chariot races. Incredible show. So many subplots and stories going through with the emperor and his brother. Anthony Hopkins is the emperor in the beginning of the series, and I haven't finished it. That's why I said in the beginning of the series. I haven't finished it. I'm 7 out of 10 episodes in. Anthony Hopkins is the emperor. He's got 2 sons, like Thor and Loki are trying to fight for power. It's incredible. It's so good. I didn't think I saw the ads. I was like, should I watch this show? I don't know if I want to. That's a lot of work. To watch 10, 15-minute episodes, 10 hours of a show about Rome, with which I kind of like, but kind of don't. I was really big into Greek mythology, which I know they're very similar because Rome adopted a lot from the Greeks. They're insanely similar. So I guess I never really had much interest in Rome, even though it's so similar to the Greeks, which I did have a lot of interest in. Bless you. But It's a really good show.
Bless you.
So that's why it took the place. It came out literally like 3 days ago. But that is why it has taken the place of my G Spot, because it's really good. But again, not for the faint of heart. There's a lot of content, whether you enjoy that or not. There's a lot of it.
What's it called again?
Those About to Die. There's not a lot of known actors in it, at least ones that I recognize. Anthony Hopkins is about it, from what I've seen.
That's all you need sometimes.
Yeah. It streams on Peacock, which I haven't used since the Psych movies. So I didn't even know Peacock was a thing, really, until... I forgot Peacock was a thing until it was advertising.
Mm.
Yeah.
Rude.
Really cool. If you like gladiatorial combat or chariot racing, it's there. If you like inappropriate things, you perv, it's there. If you like political things.
If you like men, it's there.
If you like women, it's also there. It's all there.
Everything is there. Before we hopped on tonight, I realized I found something new that I had never known about before.
Okay.
I was playing Mario Party, just because I rediscovered that I have a Switch and decided to actually use it.
Yeah.
Mainly because Autumn has been talking crap about how she could beat me at Mario Kart.
No,
she can't.
Didn't.
Oh.
Oh man.
She's like, I got third place in the 50cc, and I was like, I used to fight it out with Matt on the 200cc.
I don't think I've ever, playing alone, I don't think I've ever not gotten first place. Like playing with people, sure.
She wasn't playing alone. She was playing with other people.
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough. That can be tough.
One thing to realize about me and Autumn was we are hyper competitive in a very loving and caring way.
Yeah.
We're both the best that there ever will be, and we have to crush the other person, but we don't let it get too personal. Okay. And so with it, she's like just talking smack and all of that. And I'm like, okay, you can believe that, but joke's on you. I can practice.
When I'm playing with a hyper competitive person, I get really competitive. But I'm usually like insanely laid back when it comes to games. Like if we're just playing to hang, I'm usually cool, but I get really competitive when someone's smack talking me.
See, I typically would say that that's not true, but then I remember the reason why I know that you're not super chill is because we're playing the games together, and that's what I'm witnessing.
If I was playing with anybody else.
And what's great about it is it's not just you and me. Like, because if I'm not even one of the people in the games, you're still like that around me. But the most egregious person, like, for egging you on is your mom. I've never seen you get more competitive with someone than you get with your mom.
I would love to, like, just destroy my mom in any game that we play ever. Yes.
I would love to play Mario Party with our moms, because it's become a tradition on Thanksgiving for us to play, and like our family, like me, my brother, and my mom. And every time we go, Mom, you have to hit the back button so we can start. the button's on the back of no, you have to hit the top button now.
Okay, what we should do is on New Year's, since you usually come up around New Year's anyway, we also get your mom to come up on New Year's, and then we film us each, like all of us playing Mario Party. So what I think we should do is we should connect and record the TV screen. I don't know how to do that, but I'm sure there's a way. And then
we can record your Switch. If you get a capture card, we can record what goes on the Switch.
That's true. Okay. Yeah, and then excuse me, and then we each have a camera on our face while we play. That would be hilarious. That would be so freaking good. And we should do
teams
family
of you and I
Yeah, I was gonna say either family against family or moms
swap
against
moms.
yeah. Oh, or swap moms. Oh no,
You want to do a mom swap, dude?
no, I really don't. Nothing against Cindy, but you literally just told me that you have to instruct her a lot. I'm not really great with that. When I got kids, I'm like, push the freaking button.
I know you yell at me a lot.
I'm like, if you don't push the freaking button right now,
High five me! High five me!
I fucking get the coin, Mom.
We need the coin. No, but what I discovered is there's like a little. If you go off to the side, like all the way to the right during like the party square, there's a tube. If you go down to the tube, there's a little like toad hideout with little mini games in them. I never knew before. So I just played 6 innings of baseball and crushed it. And you could play over online over the internet with other people. So if after we're done here,
actually, that's not a bad.
You want to get destroyed in baseball. But
so I heard, and it might have been at Nintendo Direct just recently. I heard they're coming out with another Mario Party game.
Mario Party is one of those games that I will never get bored of.
It's so hit or miss, though, I think is the problem. Like, I didn't mind the Mario Party you're talking about. I didn't mind it. But the Super Mario Party or whatever it was that came out after that one, chef's kiss.
The one that allows you to play from all, like, the best map from all of them?
Yes.
Were you there for when we played Mario Party in Diamond and Rachel's room? No, it wasn't Diamond and Rachel. We played with Diamond and Rachel. Were you there for that, or was that somebody else?
I might have been. It sounds vaguely familiar.
It was like the end of finals week or something like that. So we decided to play Mario Party on the GameCube.
No. Yeah, I think so.
Was that you?
Maybe. I don't know. I barely remember like 2 days ago, let alone 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
It wasn't that long ago. Oh, nope, it was.
Buddy.
Yep, we're old.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, hold on. I think I took a picture of it.
I was reminded today of how long ago it was that I went on my high school mission trip to the Dominican Republic in 2015, I think. 2015, that sounds right. 2014, maybe. That was a long time ago. That was 10 years ago almost. Like, no.
Yeah, we graduated high school 8 years ago.
Because they just came back from the Dominican Republic, and my church does it every 4 years. I think they try to go to the Dominican Republic. So it might have been 8 years ago. No, because I don't remember. It really doesn't matter. But every 4 years they go, and they skipped the one during COVID, obviously. And I was just reminded because all of those kids, I grew up babysitting or like watching in church, like leading, and all of them are now high schoolers, just about to leave freaking high school.
Well, like the graduation party I was at yesterday was for the youth director's daughter, but like I've been a youth leader since the summer after freshman year of college. So it's been 7 years, as well as I've grown up in this church. So I've seen this person grow up, and like, it's just like, oh, like another one of the seniors, he went on my first mission trip when I was in 8th grade because his mom was going, and like she couldn't leave her kids alone. So they came with us. And I remember going when he was like 3 or 4, like he was a child.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is like this is stupid. This is stupid. That you're like he wasn't 3 or 4. He was like 7 or 8. But it was just like,
It's
this
tricky.
is a child. Why are you? You're a child. Stop graduating high school. What are you doing?
Don't think you're allowed to do that unless you're insanely intelligent, which you're not. Sorry, that was mean. That was a little mean.
I don't know why you did that, dude. I thought I took a picture of us playing Mario Party, but I guess I did.
Useless.
So I have no proof that we ever did it. But you know what I do have?
Your mom. Got him. What do you have?
Accounts over on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook where you can follow the Garlic Boys to stay up to date with when we post and when new things are coming out. If I remember, I have been slacking. I will fully admit that. Gotta get better at it.
I've been trying to help and also forgetting to do it.
The part of the problem is I forget to send the stuff so that Matt can grab it, and then Matt forgets to grab it, and then goes, "Oh, I never grabbed that thing," and then I went, "Oh, I never sent it." So then we both feel bad.
And not only that, we've literally had to record Sunday night for the last 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Because we keep forgetting to record.
This is being recorded an hour probably before this is going up.
Listen, folks, it's summer. I'm sorry. I'm at least we're getting them out the day they're supposed to come out, right?
You're still getting the show. We've never missed an episode.
I'm sorry, man. It's just so much.
Listen, we had a good excuse for why we didn't record earlier this week.
We need a showrunner. That's what we need. Is a showrunner.
You know, it's so funny. Is I told Autumn what happened. She goes, "I think I'm just going to become your unofficial secretary of putting in when you guys are supposed to record into a calendar, and then texting you both to remind you." And the more I think about it, not a bad idea at all.
I mean, yeah, that's actually a really good idea. But like, if she's busy, we could always get like an auto reminder. Like just a phone call. Your podcast will start in 10 minutes.
Yes, Matt. But who's gonna remember to set the auto reminder?
Well, if we have it just set to every Sunday. No, that doesn't work because we don't always record on Sunday. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just finish the outro.
Well, even despite our flaws, if you still want to support us, you can go over to patreon.com/@thegarlicboys and support us for either $3 or $10 a month. There's exclusive content if you do it at the $10, including a bonus show for our show, TGB One Shots, which is our D&D show that is starting up with season 2 here soon, as well as you can go and check out the Clever Boy Quiz, the show, over on YouTube to watch video versions of that as well as this show. And finally, if you want to grab some merch from us, head over to redbubble.com/thegarlicboys to find our designs there. They're fun. Buy them, please. They're really nice and fun and cool and be a great way to show that you watched and listened to the show. And it'd be a helpful way for me to remember who you are if we know each other in real life. If you bought some of our merch, and I can be like, "Hey, I know you now. You're the guy that bought that shirt."
We'll be BFFs. You want to be BFFs with me? I do. Game changer.
Just as a reminder as well, everyone, if you could head on over to YouTube and look up Connor O'Connor as well, or follow the link in my Instagram, which is also Connor O'Connor. You can watch my YouTube videos over there. And it's talking about whether the latest video is Phenom or Flop, talking about Adam Sandler. And a preview for my next video is that I am going to be watching 22 of the lowest rated movies on Rotten Tomatoes.
Nice. I'll do a little plug here for me too, because I just reposted a video on TikTok. Because
don't worry, we're gonna get Matt doing social media soon.
I reposted a video. I think it was a Star Wars video. Factor Like Raptor also reposted. It doesn't matter. Spaceman Matt, that's me, Spaceman Matt. I'm so active. You love me. You can watch. You can just rewatch all of my old videos. I don't have to post
Yeah.
new content because I have good old content. There we go. Hey, you're in half the old content, so don't even give me that face.
Yeah, they're only on your videos because I didn't want them on my channel. I'm joking. Matt, do you have a supplementary mom report for this week?
Yeah, all the moms. Now I'm gonna go with your mom. Keep up the good work, Cindy. You'll get the video games eventually.
My mom report for this week is also a mother named Cindy, because we found out yesterday that Joel's girlfriend and my mom have the same first name.
It's crazy.
And Joel's mom and my girlfriend's mom have the same first name. So that was a fun little discovery.
That's crazy.
Say it with me.
The same.
Shout out to Cindy.
Shout out to Cindy. I didn't say it with you, but you can post. Fix
Nope.
that post.
Nope, not at all. Matt, do you have any final thoughts for this episode?
Do you think the Persephone would be offended if I stole her name and named one of my future children that?
No, I think that's like how you honor people.
I don't know her very well, though. I had one
You're
interaction with her.
Just claim it's after the Greek goddess and not her.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, well, thank you for listening to this week's episode. And remember to, as always,
Remember,
thank you for listening to this. I got it.
Okay. All right. Jeez.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode. And remember, as always, to stay guarded.
I really got to poop now.
Same.